It takes hard work, hours of practice, sweat, determination, sacrifice, and a good attitude to win. Pine Ridge Christian Academy had no gymnasium, no uniforms, and no organized sports program. Just an overwhelming desire and determination to play basketball, to reach for the goal. Reverend Tim Helton, Superintendent of Brainerd Indian Schools, explains.
Last year, as the academy enrollment surpassed all the previous years and was really going forward, we realized we needed some other things to involve the students in. And the Parent-Teacher Fellowship felt like a basketball team would be something that they would all relate to and would be a real ministry to the community. And they were thinking more of getting involved with other schools, and it worked real well. We turned to figure out how it might happen, and of course this has been a burden of Henry Brown's for a long time. He had been a basketball player at Brainerd Indian School, really one of their star players for a couple of years. And then he decided he would take it on, and he was not only our basketball coach, but he also coached track, and it was really the piston that kept everything going to where it is today.
This is something that I felt called into doing, coaching. So I'm glad that I've been given the opportunity to coach, especially to start a whole new program at a school. To me, I didn't know what to expect because none of these boys have ever played organized basketball. When we first started out, we were very horrible.
Well, at first he thought we were an easy team.
But that's one of the characteristics about Henry that you just can't deny, is that he is a go-getter. And he began to get scrimmages with the other teams, and before you know it, they had games canceled. And since we didn't have such a good record, they didn't mind calling us to fill in those games.
After we lost our first 5 games by a lot of points, then they thought, oh, here's an easy team we can beat, another win. But a lot of those teams we surprised. And we started out the year on a losing note, but we finished out on a winning note. And all the tournaments that we played in, we placed in. That was really good. And we finished 13-10, and that was good for our first year.
I think everybody felt good when we started winning. And they just start playing together, playing as a team.
And some of the things that have helped these boys, concerning basketball is, for a few of them, it's kept them in school and it's helped them to do their schoolwork. Because if you're not passing, you don't play. And they've had to quote their scripture every single month, and they've done that. And some of them, it's helped them come out of their shell, because a lot of them were very withdrawn and shy, and they were not very sociable. But just being able to be in basketball, involved with different kids and going different places and doing different things has brought them out of that to where now they're, you just would not believe, that's the same person you met when school first started.
The goal the team was reaching for was more than just basketball. These guys were learning some practical lessons in their walk with Jesus Christ.
A lot of them have, grown in the Lord, and a lot of them are continuing to grow every day. And it's really good because the basketball team has helped build character in them and give them, a good self-esteem about themselves.
I don't know, he's done a lot of things for me. Like helped me through my schoolwork, helped me through rough times, and just always been there.
I used to lie, cheat, all that stuff. I came there. I don't do that stuff anymore.
Well, he changed me a lot from being where I was and coming back, being where I am now. It's changed me a lot. Knowing him there has helped me a lot too, even though a lot of things go wrong and stuff. He's here. He can help you through a lot of things.
This past season, the team did even better. 23 wins and only 7 losses.
The big difference between last year's team and this year's team, that we work together as a team.
As a result, they reached toward the goal and won the ACE Regional Convention title. and advanced to the international finals in Flagstaff, Arizona. Winning teams came from all over the U.S., Canada, and as far away as Zambia, Africa.
Well, just qualifying for this tournament, we did not know what to expect, and when we won our region, I told these boys I don't think, we'll win, because a lot of the teams that we play are high schoolers and our boys are very young. And I told them, I would be satisfied if they at least won one game.
It's our first time, and nothing's really expected as long as we go out and have fun. And that's what I'm planning to be. Let's do our best.
It was a one-point win for the other team. In the first game, it was a low moment as they headed to the locker room. Yet it brought an opportunity to face disappointment head-on, to look to the future. After all, they made it to the finals.
We came close to winning, but we didn't win. But you win some and you lose some, only to lose by 1 point, because I don't think they thought that they could be that close to a team, especially not knowing what to expect. And, I think it proved to them that they are good, and it showed them, that they can even be better.
Coach Henry Brown has done wonders in building attributes of Christian character and sportsmanship into these young men. Even during the tense emotional moments, they held steady as young ambassadors for Christ. This is the goal of Christian education in Brainerd Indian schools.
Because some of those times, I don't think we would have done as well as we did without him, because a lot of times we, faced many different things, but God, pulled us through, and they knew that. And, they realized, that God is God, and, He will help them. All they have to do is ask and believe.
Over at Christian Academy, they teach you how to have good sportsmanship, how to be nice and not to get mad at one another.
It brings those boys together like a family, because, like in the public schools, you have teams and stuff, but they're not as close as I think we are, because we, travel and we spend the night and we do different things. And, that's just us. And we do a lot of different things besides basketball. We go on outings, and they come over and they come to church, and they do a lot of different things that you wouldn't do if you were in a public school.
The Pine Ridge Christian Academy is just one of 4 Brainerd Indian schools, the growing educational outreach of Wesleyan Native American Ministries.
I send my kids here because it gives quality education and the Christianity part. So I send 3 of my kids here. So that's why I really like this school too. And I'm glad to be working here.
When I started going to school at Christian Academy, about the first time I ever heard about Jesus, they asked people if they ever accepted the Lord. And if they didn't, they asked if they can come up. So I went up.
Sometimes wonder, and we think if we're getting anything across or if they're really learning anything. But then when the parents come and they tell us that before their children go to bed at night, that they say their scriptures to them, we know that they are learning about Jesus. And we hope that through the school here that we'll be able to share with them the one and only true hope, which is Jesus.
Many Indian families today live in poverty. Yet because of WNAM's student sponsorship program, young people can enroll in Brainerd Indian schools. No student is turned away due to financial need. Along with the basics, reading, writing, science, and art, children from kindergarten through high school learn daily about our Creator God, of Jesus' love for them, and of the price He paid for their salvation.
This academy here is really here to teach our children, Christian families, to teach our children to do His will. There's a ministry out there for our children.
Sponsor a student. Your regular gift of only $25 per month can give a young person a sound primary or secondary education, along with the opportunity to reach toward another goal, their spiritual goal in Jesus Christ. Dr. H.C. Wilson, General Superintendent of the Wesleyan Church.
Every month now, my family and I are involved in helping to sponsor a student at the Brainerd Indian Schools. Through the student sponsorship program, we're involved in contributing monthly to the ongoing educational costs of one of the students in our schools there. Our family truly enjoys being involved in this small way in the ongoing ministry of Brainerd Indian Schools. I would really like to encourage you and your family to consider being involved in the student sponsorship program at Brainerd.
But that they would just, trust in God and go all the way for Him.